Alright, here we are in the Artemis Tau cluster. We're looking for Theorem, because I'm thinking maybe there's a chance we find Liara there. And who else are we going to take with me? I mean, come on. The classics. Garrison Rex. Couple updates. My mic sounds better now than it did last time. And I don't know why. Basically...
Commander, I'm picking up some strange readings. Really strange, like off the damn charts. It looks like it's coming from an underground complex a few clicks away from the drop zone.
Okay, just dialing in the Mako controls here, making sure it's still the same-ish as the first game, or original game, rather. But yeah, let me turn down my in-ear volume a bit loud for me. I went back and listened to the video, the first part, and I saw my mic was blown out, and I didn't know why, so I unplugged all the cables and plugged them all back in, and I was testing, and it's still the same. So then I look at the actual settings on my preamp processor, all the knobs and dials and buttons, and I'm thinking, did my cat hit something, push something, you know, get it out of the way? And it all kind of looks right to my eye. So I take to YouTube and I look at the video for my processor, my mic processor, which has the noise gate, and, you know, sets your highs and your lows. Oh, I forgot about these guys. Oh, backing right off the edge there. And I was all good, you know, I was all dialed in. My settings were fine as I could tell. And then, out of a sort of curiosity test, I disabled the mic processor, and now you are hearing how I sound right now. So the mic processor's job is to make you sound better than what you actually do. You know, get rid of background audio and make it so that when you are looking away from the mic, you know, people still get a clear audio signal from you. Well, for some reason, with my processor on, I sound garbage. No clue why. You know, a clean signal, what my mic is picking up is fine, but something about the processor is screwed. So I don't know if it's a hardware issue with the processor. You know, maybe my cat did step on something, or maybe something is just faulty, but, you know, audio equipment usually pretty tops, you know, not too many issues with with that stuff. So I wouldn't expect, really, for that to be the problem. Though, not exactly sure what else it could be. Alright, how do I get out of this again? Oh, I also forgot I could boost. Q, right. No quick saving allowed here? Well, that's very convenient. Don't die, don't die. And then the other thing, I suppose, is the colors and the recording being like really bright. Like, I mean, look at the floor. It looks stupid in the recording. Like, it is bright on my screen, but it's not that overexposed. I tried messing around with the color correction again, but color correction doesn't really do that. Like I said, more of a like exposure thing. You're looking at it from a traditional picture photography point of view. That's all it really is. But there's no way in OBS to adjust. Oops, shift tab. Maybe if I put that away? No. How the heck did I just get that to light up? How in the world, man? I need to check my controls for the Metagel. Yeah, I mean, I don't know why HDR is enabled on all of my monitors, so it's not like... I guess OBS is maybe just, you know, recording an SDR, not HDR, and that's sort of like the, you know, auto adjustment that I'm seeing that looks bad. Surely there is a way to fix that. Also, if you wanted these parts, and perhaps I should be, you can get those Geth down to 1 HP and then hop out and just shoot him with your pistol for way more XP. Maybe I'll do that in a second, see how much these guys are worth in comparison. I don't know if they sort of fixed that at all. Rolling around in the Mako is pretty tight. Seriously, bro? Okay, not sure if that was worth it. 329. Oh! Run over that big boy. And then going back to the audio thing for a second, in OBS I've just added a noise gate. Because if you're getting a clean signal from the mic, then you'd be able to still hear stuff like my air conditioning and my keyboard. But because it's just like a software noise gate, now when I'm talking, you'd still kind of be able to hear my air conditioning and keyboard in the background. Not sure how well it comes through over the gameplay, but I'll listen back to this one and see what it's like. Try to make improvements as this goes on. Got like 120 hours of gameplay to learn a bit more about this. See, like in here, the colors look completely okay, but the moment you add some light, it just looks horrible. It's still definitely, like, what I'm seeing is, you know, more exposure on the OBS right now than what's on my screen, but oh boy, end of the road for the Mako. I think there is a way in the original to, quite positive actually, that you can like jam it through here. But the original Mako is like really bouncy and weird. So Let's get these on here. Adrenaline burst. And do I wanna put warp. So this is Rex's warp. Wait. Surely I can. Squad. Oh wow, I got a lot. Unlock first aid. Displays. Always gotta keep those up. Unity is really good. Get that. Points for Garrus. Master Sabotage. Let's do that. And then Rex, I haven't put anything into yet. So let's get him his AR up. His warp is really good. Area is tight. Yeah, his field boost and fitness are both good. And I'll check another point in actually no, I'll check another point in warp. And then I was also going to gameplay, God usage, all. Use those abilities, dudes. Hard to tell if those shots are even hitting. Peek! Come on, peek! Oh god. Alright, nice shots. Spamming quick save, spamming quick save. There we go. Surprised that overheated. Nice one, Garrus. You dang it on. Jeez, standing on the open there. Level up. Let's effing go. It's quite refreshing being able to use snipers. In the original, the sniper controls were horrible. The weapon classes were meant to only be used with, like, if you're playing a Vanguard or Soldier Engineer, like you got buffs to different weapon types. Now anybody can use any weapon. I mean, you could before, it was just the handling was horrible. There's still somebody up here. Two somebodies. What the heck? That guy just moonwalk and dropped a barrier. Wow, this looks so horrible. Here, options, calibration, HDR brightness. Let's just bring that down all the way. HDR contrast. And then maybe drop this down even. Oh boy, that looks even worse. Put brightness down, and then let's just put the darkness up just to get an idea. Still horrible. this way up. I'm not seeing a difference. I think it is just a software thing. HDR to SDR. What? Oh boy. I almost like hit stop recording there. Oh shucks. Rex, come on, bud.
Patching you up.
Shield down.
Oh. Ducking my shots hard.
Not now, Shepard.
Man, I cannot hit a shot here. Alright, that's that section done. I just gotta stay in areas where it's not stupidly bright. Get some shadows going on and it looks okay. Oh yeah, forgot about these guys.
This'll help.
This is quite disorienting. You're singing around, man. Jeez.
Damn, it's hot.
Dude, like feel like I don't remember these guys jumping around that much. Oh! Oh boy. Oh, this guy. Wow. There's no time. Okay, I need to take a look at if I have better stuff. Go ahead and equip that. Edge 2. That. Armor upgrade. Check a pistol. Oh, this is gonna be very annoying if I die here, so to make this count. so this focuses on the bacon. 201 experience, 201 like 1,000 experience. Smash quick saves, come on, come on, come on, come on. Where is it? I still see an enemy on the radar. Looks like they're kind of up the ramp. Death Trooper somewhere there. Oh. The guy's like, please do not see me. See you later, pal. Okay. Whoa, what the heck? That was weird. I got like caught on a texture there or something. Marksman, eh? I should put points into this because I've really been using the ARs and snipers primarily. Yeah, let's give Gear a shield boost. And another point of first aid. Give him those electronics. Rex. Immunity, yeah, that's good.
I've never visited a Prothean ruin before. Aside from the Citadel, maybe.
I was gonna see if there's a bit of dialogue there. Rex, Shepard, Rex, Shepard. The boys. Oh, wait a second. Photo mode? Let's go. Nah. Let's not mess around with that right now. Thinking maybe I can get a nice crisp picture of Rex for the video thumbnail on YouTube, but I mean, this whole mission's about finding Liara, right? So. Figure out what in the world options, key bindings. I thought it was tab and mouse click for metagel. Use first aid V. Okay. There we go. I guess perhaps I did it by accident. I don't know. There's another binding, but I saw it like it gets. I just punched my mic by accident. It gets highlighted in yellow, and then I left-clicked, and then it... The works too.
Hello? Could
Hi.
somebody help me? Please?
Sure. This is what I was expecting to see. I'm surprised it took so long to start the cutscene.
Can you hear me out there? I'm trapped. I need help.
Liara to Sony, I presume?
Thank the goddess. I did not think anyone would come looking for me. Listen, this thing I'm in is a Prothean security device. I cannot move, so I need you to get me out of it, all right?
Your mother is working with Saren. Whose side are you on?
What? I am not on anybody's side. I may be Benezia's daughter, but I'm nothing like her. I have not spoken to her in years. Please, just get me out of here.
We'll find some way to help you.
There is a control in here that should deactivate this thing. You'll have to find some way past the barrier curtain. That's the tricky part. The defenses cannot be shut off from the outside. I don't know how you'll get in here. Be careful. There is a Krogan with the Geth. They have been trying different ways to get past the barrier.
Will do, Liara to Sony. Will do. Shot as well. That's really awesome, Mr. Geth. Oh! You guys get the moves, bro. Can I shoot his little toe? Really? Charging over and over. Let's go. Pop off moment. All right. Feel like I'm sort of starting to get the hang of things again. Tell you friggin' what, though. Tell you friggin' what. Kind of annoyed at OBS. Liara.
How did you get in here? I didn't think there was any way past the barrier.
We blasted through with the mining laser.
Of course. Yes, that makes sense. Please, get me out of here before more Geth arrive. That button over there should shut down this containment field.
Saw a big old lightning flash outside. Oh. Thunder.
Any idea how we get out of this place?
There is an elevator back in the center of the tower. At least I think it's an elevator. It should take us out of here. Come on.
Spam
I
text.
still cannot believe all this. Why would the Geth come after me? Do you think Benezia's involved?
Saren's looking for the conduit. You're a Prothean expert. Obviously, he wants you to help him find it.
The conduit, but I don't know.
What the hell was that?
These ruins are not stable. That mining laser must have triggered a seismic event. We have to hurry. The whole place is caving in.
Joker, get the Normandy airborne and lock in on my signal. On the double, mister.
Aye, aye, Commander.
On
Secure
the double,
and away.
mister.
ETA 8 minutes.
If I die in here, I'll kill him.
Let's effing go, Rex. Let's effing go, bud. Looking the wrong way, Garrus. Hey, Garys.
Surrender. Or don't. That would be more fun.
Kermit the Grogan here.
In case you didn't notice, this place is falling apart.
Exhilarating, isn't it? Thanks for getting rid of those energy fields for us. Hand the doctor over.
Whatever it is you want, you are not getting it from me.
We don't have time to deal with this idiot. Charge!
Charge.
I like your attitude.
Like, charge right behind this piece of cover. Bitch, rocket trooper, show your face! Shooting shoulder. What the hell was that guy? They're just punching each other.
Too close, Commander. 10 more seconds we would have been swimming in molten sulfur. The Normandy isn't equipped to land in exploding volcanoes. They tend to fry our sensors and melt our hull. Just for future reference.
We almost died out there, and your pilot is making jokes?
He's a jerk.
It's a coping mechanism. You'll get used to it.
I see. It must be a human thing. I don't have a lot of experience dealing with your species, Commander. But I am grateful to you. You saved my life back there, and not just from the volcano. Those Geth would have killed me or dragged me off to Saren.
What did Saren want with you? Do you know something about the conduit?
Only that it was somehow connected to the Prothean extinction. That is my real area of expertise. I have spent the past 50 years trying to figure out what happened to them.
Did your research turn up anything interesting?
What is interesting is what I did not turn up. There is remarkably little archaeological evidence of the Protheans, and even less that might explain why they disappeared. It is almost as if someone did not want the mystery solved. It is like someone came along after the Protheans were gone and cleansed the galaxy of clues. But here is the incredible part. According to my findings, the Protheans were not the first galactic civilization to mysteriously vanish. This cycle began long before them.
Where'd you come up with this theory? I thought there wasn't any evidence.
I have been working on this for 50 years. I have tracked down every scrap and shred of evidence. Eventually, subtle patterns start to emerge, patterns that hint at the truth. It is difficult to explain to someone else. I cannot point to one specific thing to prove my case. It is more a feeling derived from a half-century of dedicated research. But I know I'm right, and eventually I will be able to prove it. There were other civilizations before the Protheans. This cycle has repeated itself many times over.
If the Protheans weren't the first, then who was?
I don't know. There is barely any evidence on the Protheans, even less on those who came before them. I cannot prove my theory, but I know I am right. The galaxy is built on a cycle of extinction. Each time a great civilization rises up, it is suddenly and violently cast down. Only ruins survive. The Protheans rose up from a single world until their empire spanned the entire galaxy. Yet even they climbed to the top on the remains of those who came before. Their greatest achievements, the mass relays and the Citadel, are based on the technology of those who came before them. And then, like all the other forgotten civilizations throughout galactic history, the Protheans disappeared. I have dedicated my life to figuring out why.
Shut up and I'll tell you. Just a side note here, female Shepherd looks kind of pretty dumb here. Like, she looks tiny and her arms are just like awkwardly crossed. Like, what do you mean? Maybe I can help you.
They were wiped out by a race of sentient machines, the Reapers.
The Reapers? But I have never heard of. How do you know this? What evidence do you have?
There was a damaged Prothean beacon on Eden Prime. It burned a vision into my brain. I'm still trying to sort out what it all means.
Visions? Yes, that makes sense. The beacons were designed to transmit information directly into the mind of the user. Finding one that still works is extremely rare. No wonder the Geth attacked Eden Prime. The chance to acquire a working beacon, even a badly damaged one, is worth almost any risk. But the beacons were only programmed to interact with Prothean physiology. Whatever information you received would have been confused, unclear. I am amazed you were able to make sense of it at all. A lesser mind would have been utterly destroyed by the process. You must be remarkably strong-willed, Commander.
This isn't helping us find Saren, or the conduit.
Of course, you're right. I am sorry, my scientific curiosity got the better of me. Unfortunately, I do not have any information that could help you find the conduit, or Saren.
I don't know why Saren wanted you out of the picture, but I think we'll be a lot better off if we bring you along.
Thank you, Commander. Saren might come after me again. I cannot think of anywhere safer than here on your ship. And my knowledge of the Protheans might be useful later on.
And her bionics will come in handy when the fighting starts.
Good to have you on the team, Liara.
Thank you, Commander. I am very grateful. Oh, I am afraid I am feeling a bit lightheaded.
When was the last time you ate, or slept? Dr. Chakwa should take a look at you.
It is probably just mental exhaustion, coupled with the shock of discovering the Protheans' true fate. I need some time to process all this. Still, it could not hurt to be examined by a medical professional. It will give me the chance to think things over. Are we finished here, Commander?
We can talk again after you've seen the doctor. The rest of you, dismissed.
Mission reports are filed, Commander. You want me to patch you through to the Council?
Sure.
Patch him through, Joker.
Setting up the link now, Commander.
We've received your report, Commander. I understand Dr. Tassoni is on the Normandy.
I assume you're taking the necessary security precautions.
Liara's on our side. The Geth were trying to kill her.
Benezia would never allow Saren to kill her daughter.
Maybe she doesn't know.
Or maybe we don't know her. We never expected she could become a traitor.
At least the mission was a success.
Apart from the utter destruction of a major Prothean ruin. Was that really necessary, Shepard?
The Geth were crawling all over those ruins. We were lucky to make it out alive.
Of course, Commander. The mission must always take priority.
Good luck, Commander. Remember, we are all counting on you.
That dialogue option there, when it's like, welcome aboard, Liara, or the renegade option was great. Another alien. Commander Presley, do I really want to talk to you? Sure. A little chat.
If anyone has to take over for
Bright
Captain
bald
Anderson, I'm
head.
glad it's you. I'm not sure about having non-humans on our ship, though.
F you, man. They're on our
We're all
side.
on the same team here, Presley.
With all due respect, ma'am, that's what they said about Nihilus. Look how that turned out.
I'm done talking to you.
Carry on,
Bigot.
Presley.
Yes, ma'am.
Bigot Presley. Greg. He was working back here. Dr. Chakwas.
Yes, Commander? Is there something you need?
How did you end up serving on an Alliance ship?
I enlisted right out of med school. Earth always seemed boring to me. Too safe, too secure. I figured the colonies were teeming with exotic adventure. I wanted to travel the stars, tending the wounds of tough soldiers with piercing eyes and sensitive souls. Turns out military life isn't quite as romantic as I'd imagined. But humanity needs the Alliance if we want to keep expanding through the Traverse, and the Alliance always needs good doctors. So I stayed on to do my part.
Ever think you made the wrong choice?
Sometimes I think about opening a private practice back on Earth. Or maybe taking a position at one of the new med centers out in the colonies. But there's something special about working on soldiers. If I left the Alliance now, I'd feel like I was abandoning them.
I should go.
Goodbye, Commander.
That was a good example. I was in my reading around to see like if I could figure out this HDR, SDR stuff. I saw some screenshots, people being like, yeah, the brightness kind of sucks at some points in this game, and that was a good example because it was very dark for me too. And it was also, of course, on the recording. Can't even see Shepard's face.
Commander, are you coming to check up on me?
You look much better. How are you feeling?
Dr. Chakwas assures me I am going to be fine. I was impressed with her knowledge of Asari physiology.
You're in good hands. Dr. Chakwas knows what she's doing.
I never properly thanked you for saving me from the Geth, Commander. If you hadn't shown up...
I'm just glad we got there in time.
So am I. I know you took a chance bringing me aboard this ship. I have seen the way your crew looks at me. They do not trust me.
Those guys are losers.
But I am not like Benezia. I will do whatever I can to help you stop Saren. I promise.
Don't worry, those guys will be gone in the second game.
Don't worry, Liara. I trust you. I know you won't let me down.
It means a lot to hear you say that, Commander. Thank you.
Tell me about yourself, Liara.
Me? I am afraid I am not very interesting, Commander. I spend most of my time on remote digs, unearthing mundane items buried in long-forgotten Prothean ruins.
You must enjoy something about it.
I love my work. Seeking out history's lost secrets has a special appeal for me. You were actually touched by working Prothean technology. That is why I find you so fascinating, Commander.
Sounds like you want to dissect me in a lab somewhere.
What? No, I did not mean to insinuate. I never meant to offend you, Shepard. I only meant that you would be an interesting specimen for an in-depth study. No, that's even worse.
Don't you study me!
Calm down, Liara. I was only joking.
Joking? Oh, by the goddess, how could I be so dense? You must think I am a complete and utter fool.
Yes.
Now you know why I prefer to spend my time in the field with data disks and computers. I always seem to say something embarrassing around other people. Please, just pretend this conversation never happened.
I should go.
Goodbye, Shepard.
Chakwas. Shepard. Caden. We don't care about Caden. Sleeper pod, though. That gives us some XP. We care very much about XP. I just want to talk to all the aliens. Caden's just gonna hit on me if I keep talking to him, so... Shepard's locker. Shepard. I don't recall. I think, like, I know Rex is down here, but Garrus and Tally, are they both down there? Ashley's there.
Shepard. What can I do for you?
What's your story, Rex?
There's no story. Go ask the Quarian if you want stories.
You Krogans live for centuries. Don't tell me you haven't had a few interesting adventures.
Well, there was this one time the Turians almost wiped out our entire race. That was fun.
Yeah, they tried the same with us, but we fought them off.
It's not the same.
It seems pretty much the same to me.
So your people were infected with a genetic mutation? An infection that makes only a few in 1,000 children survive birth? And I suppose it's destroying your entire species?
I suppose it isn't all the same.
I don't expect you to understand, but don't compare humanity's fate with the Krogan.
Sorry, Rex. I wasn't trying to get you upset.
Your ignorance doesn't upset me, Shepard. As for the Krogan, I gave up on them long ago. The genophage infected us, but it's not what's killing us.
Are your people really dying?
We're sure not getting any stronger. We're too spread out. None of us are interested in staying in our own system.
Lots of species have left their homes and prospered.
But they go to colonize new worlds. We're not settlers. We're warriors. We want to fight. So we leave. Hire ourselves out. And most of us never go back.
What can you tell me about the genophage?
Ask the Solarians if you want details. They made it. All I know, it makes breeding nearly impossible. Thousands die in stillbirth, and most never get that far. Every Krogan is infected. Every one. And no one's rushing to find a cure.
Why don't the Krogan try to find a cure?
When was the last time you saw a Krogan scientist? You ask a Krogan, would he rather find a cure for the genophage or fight for credits? He'll choose fighting every time. It's just who we are, Shepard. I can't change that. Nobody can.
So long, Rex.
Shepard.
Shepard. Equip Liara, Talia, Rex, Garrus, Caden. No thanks. Ashley. No thanks, pal. Mako, inspect that noise.
Nice work out there.
Thank you,
I
thank
knew
you.
working with the Spectre would be better than life at CSEC.
Have you worked with the Spectre before?
Well, no, but I know what they're like. Spectres make their own rules. You're free to handle things your way. At CSEC, you're buried by rules. The damn bureaucrats are always on your back.
Being a Spectre does have its advantages.
Exactly my point. If I'm trying to take down a suspect, it shouldn't matter how I do it, as long as I do it.
But CSEC wants it done their way. Protocol and procedure come first. That's why I left.
So you just quit because you didn't like the way they do things?
There's more to it than that. It didn't start out bad, but as I rose in ranks, I got saddled with more and more red tape. CSEC's handling of Saren was typical. I just couldn't take it anymore. I hate leaving.
I hope you made the right choice. I'd hate for you to regret it later.
Well, that's sort of why I teamed up with you. It's a chance for me to get off the Citadel, see how things are done outside CSEC. Either way, I plan to make the most of this.
And without CSEC headquarters looking over my shoulder, well, maybe I can get the job done my way for a change.
As long as you do your job well, you're free to go about your business as you see fit.
Thank you, Commander.
Garrus, Rex, Shepard. I'll probably go to that requisitions guy while I'm not recording and get rid of a bunch of crap, sell things, because a lot of stuff I don't need.
Your ship's amazing, Shepard. I've never seen a drive core like this before. I can't believe you were able to fit it into a ship this small. I'm starting to understand why you humans have been so successful. I had no idea Alliance vessels were so advanced.
The Normandy's a prototype, cutting-edge technology.
A month ago, I was patching a makeshift fuel line into a converted tug ship in the flotilla. Now, I'm sitting on board one of the most advanced vessels in Citadel space. I have to thank you again for bringing me along. Traveling on a vessel like this is a dream come true for me.
I had no idea you found ship technology so interesting.
It comes with being a Quarian. The migrant fleet is the key to the survival of my people. Ships are our most valuable resource. But we don't have anything like this. We make do with cast-offs and second-hand equipment. We just try to keep them running for as long as we can. Some of the fleet's larger vessels date all the way back to our original flight from the Geth.
I can't believe your fleet's still using ships that are 3 centuries old.
They're constantly being repaired, modified, and refitted. They aren't pretty, but they work. Mostly. We've tried to make ourselves as independent as possible on the flotilla, grow our own food, mine, and process our own fuel. But some things we just can't make on our own. A patch to maintain the hull integrity requires raw materials we just don't have. That's why our pilgrimages are so important.
Tell me about your people.
Our lives aren't easy. Resources are scarce, and we are constantly on the move. Everything we do must in some way contribute to the continuation of the migrant fleet. There are 17 million Quarians in the flotilla, and each of us relies on the others for survival. The bonds among my people are strong. Unfortunately, we have had to surrender many of the freedoms and civil liberties other species take for granted.
What kind of freedoms?
Well, it's illegal for parents to have more than one child. If our population grows too much, it would strain our resources to their breaking point. Of course, we also can't allow our numbers to become too few. If our population is in decline, the rule against single births is temporarily repealed. In extreme cases of population decline, incentives are even offered to encourage multiple births, though the Conclave hasn't had to take such measures in nearly a century.
That's your government.
The Conclave is our civilian branch of government. Each ship can elect a representative to serve on the Conclave and make decisions that affect the fleet as a whole. On matters that affect an individual ship, however, the captain has the final say. It's a tradition that dates back to the early days, when the fleet was governed by martial law. Fortunately, most captains nowadays are smart enough to have an elected council from their crew to give them advice and guidance.
So the ultimate power rests with elected officials?
In practice, the Conclave and the respective council for each ship tend to set the rules that govern our daily lives. But in theory, we are still under military jurisdiction. The 5 top-ranking military officials in the fleet serve on the Admiralty Board. These 5 have the power to overrule any decision by the Conclave in case of emergency. To do so requires unanimous agreement among the Admiralty, and they can only do this once. After that, the entire board must resign their posts. It's a safeguard that served us well. In nearly 3 centuries, the Admiralty Board has only overruled the Conclave 4 times.
I want to know more about the Geth.
I doubt I can tell you anything you don't already know. It's been almost 3 centuries since they drove my people into exile. All I know is the story of their origins, what they were when we created them, and how they turned on us.
Interesting.
The Geth were originally created to serve as an automated manual labor force. Initially, their intelligence was as limited as any VI. Over time, we made small modifications to their programming to allow them to perform more varied and complex tasks, bringing them closer and closer to true AI status.
How come the Council didn't step in and stop you?
This wasn't true AI research. We may have been skirting the bounds of the law, but we never did anything that was actually illegal. The changes were so insignificant, so gradual, that we were able to control them. Or so we thought. But one thing we underestimated was the power of the neural network. A million Geth thinking simultaneously created an inherently unstable matrix.
What made them rebel?
As we built more and more Geth, their effective intelligence became more sophisticated, more abstract. One day, a Geth began to ask its Quarian overseer questions about the nature of its existence. Am I alive? Why am I here? What is my purpose? As you can imagine, this caused a near panic among my people.
What did you do?
It was inevitable the newly sentient Geth would rebel against their situation. We knew they would rise up against us,
so we acted first. A general order went out across all Quarian-controlled systems to permanently deactivate all Geth. The Geth responded to this order violently.
Hey, you can't blame them for fighting for their survival.
We had no other choice. The Geth were already on the verge of revolution. By acting quickly, we had a chance to end the war before it began. The hope was that most of the Geth would still be little more than machines, incapable of organized resistance. But they had progressed much further than anyone anticipated. The war was long and bloody. Millions upon millions of Quarians died at their hands. In the end, we were forced to flee our own homeworld. We feared the Geth would pursue us, but they never came beyond the Veil. Now we drift through space, exile searching for a way to reclaim what was once ours.
It's hard to feel sorry for you. Your ancestors tried to wipe out another species.
We made a mistake when we created the Geth in the first place, but we did not make a mistake when we went to war against them. If we had not acted, they would have wiped us out. They're a synthetic life form. They have no use for organics. None. Why do you think they cut themselves off from the rest of the galaxy? Why do you think they've killed every organic being who's ever tried to contact them?
They didn't kill Saren.
What does that tell you? The Geth are not innocent victims in all this. They're the enemy. They want to destroy us. Not just the Quarians. All organic life. That's why they've joined up with Saren. And that's why we have to stop him.
I want to know more about the pilgrimage.
When my people reach maturity, we leave our birth ships and seek acceptance with a new crew. It's necessary to maintain genetic diversity among the fleet. But no ship wants to accept someone who will be a burden on them. So, to prove our worth, we embark on a pilgrimage. We set out alone, leaving the flotilla and our families behind us. We only return once we have found something of value we can bring back to the fleet. This is presented as a gift to the captain of the respective ship we wish to join. If the gift is accepted, we are welcomed into the crew.
Can a captain choose to reject the gift?
That doesn't happen often. Most captains are eager to increase the size of their crew. It increases their own standing in our society. Even when the gift is not particularly valuable, the captain usually accepts it out of a sense of tradition. However, there is a stigma to presenting a substandard gift. It's not the best way to make a good impression on a new community. Most pilgrims don't return until they find something worthwhile.
I want to talk about something else.
Like what?
Actually, I don't. See ya.
I should go.
See you later.
Playing this game is like a audiobook sometimes.
Hey, Commander, you know that Quarian, Tally? She's been spending all her time down here asking me about our engines.
I'll get rid of her.
I'll tell her to leave you alone.
What? No, she's amazing. I wish my guys were half as smart as she is. Give her a month on board and she'll know more about our engines than I do. She's got a real knack for technology, that one. I can see why you wanted her to come along.
I figured she'd be a real asset to the team.
You got an eye for talent, Commander, but I'm guessing that's not why you came down here.
Fill me in on the IES stealth system. How does it work exactly?
You can't hide a ship out in space. They emit too much heat and radiation. Too easy for sensors to pick them up, unless you find a way to capture those emissions. So our stealth systems trap the energy we give off in storage sinks built into the ship itself. No emissions to give away our location. Eventually the sinks have to be vented. More than a few hours silent running and they overheat. Cook us inside our own hull.
There's no way for anyone to detect us?
A visual scan can still pick us up. Anyone looking out a window can see us plain as day. But you have to be pretty close to get an actual visual out in space. Most vessels rely on scanners. As long as the stealth systems are engaged, they can't see us. Not unless we accelerate to FTL speeds.
Where else have you served, Adams?
If you name a class of Alliance ship, I've probably served on it. Everything from dreadnoughts and carriers right down to frigates like the Normandy. My last assignment was on the Tokyo, only a cruiser, but she was a good ship. Couldn't hold a candle to the Normandy, though.
See you, pal.
Aye, aye, Commander.
It's funny how the only options there are, oh, that damn Tally, I'll get rid of her. I'll tell her to stop leaving you alone no matter what you choose there. Like, who cares? That should be one of the options. Ah, who cares? No big deal, right? She's just trying to help out. And he's like, exactly. That's awesome. Rex! I wanted to see if there was like a double set of dialogue there, since I didn't talk to him initially after bringing him on board. Anyways, I think I'll drop a little quickie right there, a little quick save. We'll call it for that one. Be back with more Mass Effect next time. I might do a couple things in between this video and the next video, like sell all my stuff. Yeah, likes, comments, always appreciated. Till next time, bye for now.